Good morning, Professor and classmates. Today, my group and I will be thoroughly discussing the fascinating topic of food psychology.
Hi, my name is Jamilka Jimenez. What is food psychology? Nutrition constitutes a fundamental process for human survival, and it involves behavioral dimension. Psychology becomes highly relevant given that it is the discipline dedicated to study of human behavior. This intersection gives rise to new framework and perspective that is currently gaining momentum, attracting increasing interest and concern. A scientific evidence regarding its impact on individuals' physical, mental, and social health continue to expand on a daily basis. This dimension of eating not only addresses clinical, recognizing eating disorder, social anorexia, bulimia, or muscular dysmorphia, but also encompasses difficulties that are harder to diagnose, yet equally significant in terms of the distress and environment they generate in individuals. The relevance of the discipline lies in its potential to enhance individual biopsychosocial health, recognizing that every meal carries with emotion, culture, history, and habits. Enable health professionals, physicians, nutritionists, nurses, psychologists to identify early warning signs of disordered eating, ask deeper questions, and gain insight in the patient's human reality. Provide positive, non-stigmatizing motivation, treating the person holistically rather than focusing solely on the disease. Practical tools, therefore, required to build a society that fosters a healthier and more conscious relationship with nutrition.
And what I used was ChatGPT Premium. Food psychology explains how emotions, habits, cultures, and environments shape what we eat. Understanding it has allowed me to look at my own relationship with food and at the same time recognize that as a future nurse, nutritional care is not just about what a person eats, but also why and how they decide. In my life, I have identified emotional triggers, academic stress, cravings, sweets, internal signals that I sometimes confuse, like thirst versus hunger, and environmental biases. Large portions, eating in front of screens. To improve, I consciously record what I felt or chose. I use simple rules: half a plate of vegetables, water first. I prepare healthy snacks, and I connect food with my self-care routine. Not with guilt, these observations have taught me that lasting change comes from small goals, positive reinforcement, and social support. In comprehensive nursing, food psychology means evaluating beyond BMI, exploring the patient's beliefs, barriers, resources, and motivation. Using motivational interviewing, goals like SMART, FIT, and culturally sensitive education. Coordinate with nutrition and family, and take advantage of micro opportunities in the ward to teach label reading, portion control, and planning. In this way, my own self-management becomes both an example and a tool. If I understand my own patterns, I can support those I care for with empathy and tailored strategies.
My next is Carol Montesum. Next, it will talk about the topics nutrition and nursing after a pandemic in Panama. Issues like car to expand. This is core and say in recent in paper and presentation outline and to Mickey knows was just net. After this COVID-19 pandemic, nutrition and becoming a more in aspects and nursing care into Panama pandemic is likely to support a strong and certain and overall good to health both patient or healthcare working in Panama. And como conclusion, it is post-pandemic nutrition in nursing and sticky and garage important in Panama. nursing are not to born to better nutrition both in hospital and the weather and community. The role promotion healthy and to proving public health outcomes. Thank you.
Design and food psychology. Food psychology studies how design elements like color, shape, size, and layout influence people's perceptions, decisions, and behaviors related to food. It's not just about the food itself, but about the entire experience created by its surroundings. How design affects food psychology. Colors. Colors are powerful tools that can trigger emotion and influence appetite. Red and yellow, for instance, are often used in fast food restaurants because they are known to simulate hunger and the sense of urgency. Shape size, the dimension of plate, glaze, and even food packaging can train our brains a large plate and make a portion of food look smaller, leading us to serve it and the more presentation. The way food is arranged, whether on the plates or in a supermarket, affect how we perceive its value.
Hello, I am going to talk about food psychology glossary. These are keywords that explain the relationship between our mind and the food we eat. The first word is emotion. Emotions affect what we eat when we are happy, when we want to celebrate with sweets, but when we are sad or lonely, we usually look for comfort food like fast food or chocolate. The second word is disorder. A disorder is when our eating is not normal or balanced. For example, eating too much or eating too little. The third word is stress. Stress makes us eat quickly, choose fast food, or eat more than we need. Another important word is appetite. Appetite is not only hunger, it is the desire to eat even when the body doesn't need energy. The next one is craving. A craving is very strong wish for one special food like chocolate, pizza, or ice cream. We also use the word behavior. Behavior means our actions or habits, for example, eating snacks at night or skipping breakfast. The word motivation is important too. Motivation is the reason why we chose food. Sometimes the reason is health, sometimes it's a test, and sometimes it's just comfort. The next one is perception. Perception is how our sense affect food. For example, the smell or popcorn in the cinema make us want to eat it, even if we are not hungry. We also have hunger. Hunger is the physical need for food, when the body really asks for energy. Another word is satisfaction. Satisfaction is the good feeling after we eat and we feel full. The word culture is also part of the glossary. Culture means that food shows depend on traditions, family, and country. For example, rice in Panama or pasta in Italy. Finally, we have habit. Habit is repeated behavior For example, drinking coffee every morning is a habit.
Hello, my name is Rachel Cortez. What determines our food choice? Okay, 1. Culture. Culture influences what we eat, how we prepare food, and the tradition and right meal. For example, in some culture, rice is a daily staple, while in other, or pasta that is more common. 2. Health. Many people choose food based on health reasons. Someone may eat more vegetables and fruits to stay fit or avoid sugar and fat to prevent illness. 3. Costs. The price of food is a strong factor. People often select meals that are for the bulk of their budget, even if they would prefer something different. 4. Taste. Flavor is one of the most important reasons we choose certain food. Sweet, salty, or spicy tasty can guide our choices. Because people and choosing one tasty good do them. 5. Availability. Sometimes our food choice depends simply on what is available. Seasonal fruit, local market, or when one is left at home than kindergarten mean one we widely eat.
As nursing professionals, food psychology is understood as a cross-cutting axis of comprehensive care that connects biology, mind, social context, and culture. To draw conclusions about it means recognizing that food choices are not merely individual acts or simple responses to hunger, but behaviors influenced by learning, emotions, beliefs, values, stressors, family relationships, work environment, and social determinants of health. From this perspective, the role of nursing is to identify early on dysfunctional patterns, eating habits, psychosocial risk factors, and structural barriers in order to transform nutritional counseling into an educational, empathetic, continuous, and person-centered process. In practical terms, nursing care should integrate clinical and psychosocial assessment, active listening, therapeutic communication, evidence-based health education, and interdisciplinary coordination with nutrition, psychology, and medicine. Effective support should actively promote the development of essential self-regulation skills, comprehensive meal planning strategies, proactive stress management techniques, engagement in safe and appropriate physical activity, and the crucial strengthening of vital support networks. All of this profoundly requires a strong sense of cultural competence, a deep ethical sensitivity, and a genuine respect for individual self-esteem, diligently avoiding any stigma and blame-inducing discourse that could potentially perpetuate significant harm. When these crucial actions are consistently sustained over an extended period of time within the intricate context of food psychology, it becomes a tool to prevent chronic diseases, improve adherence to therapies, reduce relapses, and enhance quality of life. In summary, food psychology from a nursing perspective is an opportunity to lead interventions that integrate science, humanism, and social justice.
Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for your attention.